So to get started, so either you can see here, you can either download the app on your phone, or you can connect directly from your laptop. For the purposes of this exercise, let's just click on the Get Started with Mobile Practice, big red button in the middle. Okay, so you already have signed in, it looks like.
No.
Have you not? Okay, just bear with me a second. I'm going to actually, in which case, I'm going to delete you and start this process all over again.
Okay.
Just so if you delete that email, I'm just going to add you. Nisha Berman, and you're in Canada. English speaking. Okay. Add person. Okay. Right. Send email. Okay. Can you go? What are you running there? What browser are you running there, by the way?
Chrome.
Perfect. Okay. So click on the email again. Right. Click on Get Started with Mobile Practice. Ah, there you go. So create a password. It needs to be 8 digits, by the way. 8 characters. Yep, and then confirm. Okay. Right, I'm just gonna. Now, if you could open up another tab.
Just leave it. Okay, open up another tab.
Yep, and this time I want you to type in admin.mobilepractice.io. Yeah. Okay, so type that email that. No, it's not that one.
Which one?
It's the Sandler NYC. I put it in the chat.
I thought it was this one.
It's that one. If you look in the chat, it's that one. Sandler in NYYC at rothenberg.gmail.com. Yeah. Plus Rothenberg. So just doing a plus sign after the C. Yeah, that's the one. And then the password you just entered. Excellent. So that's you with that email address as the admin. So
okay.
let's add me to that list. No.
How?
No. So can you see it says global metrics, scenario, and people? Yep. And then click add person. And then just put Ben, and then Eddie is EDDY. And then if you could put Ben plus, what are we going to call this? Plus, I'll just put plus Nisha at mobilepractice.io.
I'm so glad that you spell practice with a C.
And then just put France, anywhere, or Canada, it really doesn't matter. There you go. And then just tick, you don't need to put postcode, just click language English. There you go. And then scroll down to the bottom. Add person.
Oh, so you don't need to fill in these fields completely.
No,
That's
it's none of the compulsory fields we've just filled in. You can add all of those in if you want to add them for extra reporting purposes, etc., etc.
Okay.
We can get into another time. So let's add a third user. We'll call it test user. So test and then user. And then we just put the same address that you had beforehand, which is the one that was in the chat. So Sandler in NYYC plus Rothenberg, and then just add the number 2 afterwards at gmail.com. Yep. And then Canada and then English. Okay, so let's just click is company admin. And then just put in the admin password, just put the same password that you used.
No.
So you can just delete that.
Okay.
Yeah, and then click add person. Okay, so the reason why we've added you as a second one is so that you can do demos and tests between yourselves. Yeah.
Okay.
So now, because you are now admin on both of those accounts, you can just log in. You don't have to go through that. With that other one, you don't have to go through that same process of sending yourself an email and creating a new password. You can just go to app.mobilepractice.io in a browser, and then you with that email address with the +2 on the end, plus the password, it'll just open it up with that user's account. So what I want you to do is let's just for completion's sake can you tick the box next to test user and next to Ben on the left hand side? Can you see at the top now it says send email?
Mm-hmm.
So if you click send email and then just click send email to people.
2 people?
Yeah, can you see the blue button email to people?
Oh, okay, so I don't need to put any, no.
No, you don't need to put anything in there. That's as a test. So if you wanted to see what it looked like, you could, yeah. So if you now flip back into your email address quickly.
This one.
And go to inbox. You see?
Yeah.
So that's we don't need to activate it because we already know what your password is for that one.
Okay.
But you can see that's pretty much how to set a user up and how to notify them so that they can get started. So far, so good?
Yep.
Okay. So the tab next door to it, if we go to the app, I don't know whether you want to save these URLs as favorites somewhere. So that one is app.mobilepractice.io and the other one is admin.mobilepractice.io. So you might want to save those as favorites somewhere. Mobile Practice app and then Mobile Practice admin or something like that. Yeah. There you go. So now let's flip back into the app a second. So to create a new scenario, you just click new. So can you think of a scenario that we could just develop together? Like
yeah.
Yeah. Upfront contract. Okay, perfect. So in the description could be something like deliver upfront contract to a prospect or something like that. Okay. So then in the add steps, now one thing I'll just tell you up front here is it's in our roadmap to get sorted, but at the moment it's not easy to edit and if you get it wrong, reorder the steps at the moment. We are changing that, but
Okay.
it's good to sort of just when you deliver it is I sort of keep a Word document or an Excel sheet of these things, so I can just copy and paste them so that there's no mistake. But if you just imagine, which is, what are the steps that we have in an upfront contract? What check for time? What are the components of an upfront contract? You check time, check objectives, align objectives, and open with a question, something along those lines. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So check, verify time.
Then this one.
Then just hit the hard enter key on your keyboard, or you can add the plus button. It's either way. So confirm customer objectives. Yeah. Then hit hard enter. Align personal objectives with prospect. And then what? Open with a open question. I can't remember what the end of yeah, whatever those steps are. I can't remember off the top of my head the Sandler steps. Confirm to proceed. Yeah.
And that's it, right?
And then
Okay.
practice and record 1 minute video. Okay. Right. We'll leave the best practice blank. We'll go to add evaluation criteria. So click on evaluation criteria. Yeah, so start typing. So what are the things that we're looking for? So I don't know, customer alignment. Let's call it let's say customer alignment. And then click, can you see it says add criteria? Just click add criteria underneath. Yeah, next one, I don't know.
Give me a second. I just got an email from a client saying that we can't get into session.
Okay, no
I just seen that. What's this here? The good stuff about all of this here. Okay. Right.
So customer alignment, I don't know. I don't know, add convincing tone. We're just making stuff up here, but you know, convincing tone.
No.
Oh yeah, you need to add. You need to click add.
Okay.
Add criteria, and then that's it. And then I don't know.
Okay. No. Okay.
Yeah, perfect. Now that we can just leave it out for the moment.
Yeah.
So in terms of due dates, if you there's like a date picker. So if you click on the date, just leave it as is. It just clicks it 2 weeks out.
Okay.
You can change the date, and now you can see underneath you've got teams or people. So because we haven't defined a team yet, let's just go to click on save draft a second.
Where's it? Oh, there.
At the top. Okay, so let's go click on teams at the top. Can you see teams? And then click new. And then just click Ben and test user. and then enter team name. I don't know, British Columbia. I don't know, BC or whatever. It doesn't matter. And then just click save afterwards. So you can define as a trainer, you can define your teams here if you like, from the list of people that are inside the portal. So if we now go back to the scenarios tab, no, we're in sorry, the middle one. No, the scenarios, it's the inside the same app. Sorry, go back up to the tab at the top.
Tab at the top.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, can you see the other tab? Go right at the top. No. Can you see? You've got the tab at the top. You've got mobile practice in with red and white, and then you've got mobile practice with white with a red background at the very top. No, you've got all those tabs. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, click on there.
Good.
So can you see? Go to the scenarios menu inside the app. There we go. Right. So click on demo instructions. Sorry, upfront contracts. Sorry, I'm going crazy. Instructions. Click on edit. Scroll down. So now you can see the team has now appeared there. So all the teams that you define will be visible here. So if you, for example, built a distribution list, if you click on there. And now if you click on the people tab, can you see it just down there?
Yeah.
You can see there's two people. So if you imagine you created a distribution list and you assigned it to a coach, you could save it as draft, send it to them in draft format. They could go in and edit it, and they could say, okay, yes, you're right. Normally BC would have these people in, but in fact, Ben has left the team and we need to add so-and-so. So you can actually edit that on the fly, so that you can even edit a team on the fly if you need to, because you know how teams are constantly changing. It's quite a fluid world, the sales world. So you've got that opportunity. So the last thing to do is just, if you scroll up, so you can see you can add video here.
Oh, okay.
So this is where you would add a video of, if you just click add video, and then just click record video, allow. Oh yeah, your webcam is taken at the moment, so let's not worry about that so much at the moment. So if you then just click, so this is where you would add a video from the coach that would say, hi guys and girls, in this exercise we're going to look at practicing an upfront contract for your upcoming prospect meeting. What I'd like you to do is imagine that you're in that meeting. I want you to verify the time, so you'd explain the steps and the customer alignment, the evaluation criteria, and say something like, right, really looking forward to your videos. Remember, I'll be looking to share the best videos, if I have your permission, amongst each other. Best of luck. Look forward to seeing your videos soon. So it's like a personal note, and you can personalize it. You could even say, imagine you're going to see this type of customer in this type of country and you know that their key objectives for this quarter are this. So you could incorporate that, so you can hyper-person it. So let's not worry about that for the moment. So if you just click on send. Right. So now you can see that that's now been sent. So if you now open up can you see the three little tabs all the way over on your browser, the actual Google browser? So go along to the right, all the way to the right of your screen. Can you see where it says sign out in the red banner? The red banner underneath. See this big red banner here?
Yeah.
So come down all the way to the right, where it says sign
out. Right, sorry.
Yeah. Then click above it. No, don't click cancel. Sorry, that was me. Yeah. Go above it. Can you see there's three little dots? Above? Yeah. Can you click new incognito window? Right. So now what I want you to do is type app.mobilepractice.io. Click enter. And this time in the email, I want you to put that email address, but with the 2. So if you click on Sandler NYC, just click on that, and then we can re-edit it afterwards. Plus Rothenberg 2 at gmail.com. With that password that we created in the admin panel. So can you see here now, the reason why I got you to sign in as incognito is that you can now switch between tabs and see what it looks like for a user and what it looks like for a coach. Obviously in reality you wouldn't do that, but from a demo purposes it means that you can show what it looks like on both sides. So if you click on, can you see it says as a learner you've got practice, there's one message waiting. So first of all, if you click on the instructions under upfront contract, you've got 3 there. Click on the instructions. So you can read the instructions. Normally there would be a video for you to play, but we didn't add one here. You can just click on the word practice just above where it says NB in the pink box. You see that? Yeah. So here is where you would start practicing. Now I'm gonna provide you one as the other user that is inside. That's inside of this at the moment. So just bear with me a second. I'm gonna just gonna make myself admin. Excuse my bad typing. Okay, so I'll show you what's going on in a second on my side. Just going to sign out. Plus Nisha. Okay. Sign in. Right, I'm going to just share my screen a second. So here I'm the user, and I'm going to start practicing. So, so imagine, let's just say, I'm just going to upload a video for the purposes of this demo because my webcam has been taken as well. I'm just going to go to okay, so I'm going to stop sharing. Can you share your screen now?
Okay.
Now, if you can go back to the normal browser, not the incognito browser, so you might need to, yeah. So as coach, you can see you've got 1 awaiting feedback. So you click there. Can you see waiting for feedback? You can see my name and it's highlighted in red. Yep. So you click on it.
Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, okay, this one.
Yep. So now you can see the video response. So you can now click on the video. It's just a 5-second video with no sound. So as the coach, you would review the video, and then you review it as many times as you like, and then you put your feedback. So let's just close that. Now you could provide me feedback at this moment in time, either in the message box. You could say, you know, great start. Can you do a second attempt with really focus on the confirm? What was the last step? Confirm, go, no, okay, no.
Okay, no, okay.
Yeah, great start. Please do a second attempt with more focus on that. The okay, no. And just hit send, or hit enter. Right.
Yeah.
So
this is only you're seeing this, right? This is not the group chat.
no, they're not seeing any of that at the moment. So I'm just going to then add a second attempt. Hope this is good. So normally you wouldn't have the app open at this stage. You know, you'd get notifications. You're getting notifications, but because you're actually inside the screen, it's not so obvious for you. So imagine this time you looked at the video and you thought that was brilliant. You said, look, just put like great job in the message. Can I share as best practice in the message? And then just enter. Okay, so now I've given you permission to share that. If you just right hand click on the video, save as best practice, and just put great, okay to proceed. Click save. And you see it sent an automated message saying, nice work, your video has been chosen as best practice for this scenario. Now we can continue this dialogue if you wanted, but why not? Let's just close this off by going to the evaluation. So if you click on the evaluate button, can you see in the middle of the screen? Right, so just score it, whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
So these are the criteria that you defined at the beginning of that specific practice. Yeah, click send. So now I have been sent that information, that evaluation as the learner, and I can go and view that. In the meantime, can you see on the group chat, we've got three group chats, messages going on. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
So you can see Ben is the first to start practicing the scenario. So everything that goes on in that screen that you just saw previously was private between you and I. Everything that goes on in this screen, the practice, the group chat, is public to everybody that is involved in that practice, which means you, me, and the test user. So you can see it says, there's automated messages that says, hey, look, Ben is the first to start practicing the scenario. Ben is the first to complete the scenario. Can you see, Ben's video has been chosen as best practice. If you click on that, view scenario details, if you just click on that. So now that video has embedded itself inside the description. So if you add new learners, they will automatically see those best practice videos. So again, this really nice aspect when you've got remote teams of sharing what good performance looks like. So you can click on that and play it if you wish.
Okay.
So, yeah. See, so you can click on it and play on it. So just close that down, that window. Right now, can we go click? Can you see the upfront contract? If you just click on upfront contract and expand it to the left. Yeah, that's it. And click on coach. So you can see here we've got one of two, whoops, click on coach again. Can you see it says 1 of 2 finished, 21 days left? You can see Ben, it says status completed, test user not started yet.
Oh, okay.
So can you see in red you've got send reminder? So if you just click send reminder, there's some default text saying, hey, how are you getting on with this scenario? We're looking to finish this one soon. Drop me a message with any questions. So you can completely create your own message, or there's that default message. So if you just click on send, click continue. So now in the group chat, can you see there's a new message? So everybody in the group chat has now got a new message. So if you click on group chat, can you see it says, hurry up, 1 of 2 people completed, there's 21 days left. Now, can you flip over to the incognito window that we opened up earlier on? And if you go to practice waiting for feedback, click on there. Yeah, so you can see here, in the group chat, there was a message saying, look, hurry up, 1 of 2 people are finished. As me, the person that has completed, I don't get a separate private message. But the test user, because they haven't submitted their video yet, they get an extra message inside their private chat saying, hey, how are you getting on this scenario? We're looking to finish it. So they get
it doesn't come into the group chat then.
It does as well, but you get a personal message inside your chat. Whereas if I flick if I were to show you my screen, I wouldn't get that in my personal coach message because I've done that video. So so you get a group message saying 1 of, or 2 of 3 or 4 of 8 or however many it is are finished, so everyone can see. But the people who haven't done their videos also get a personal reminder inside their inbox. The point is that we're trying to show, yes, people need to finish, but we're not saying, by the way, Nisha hasn't finished and test user hasn't finished and so hasn't visited. That comes in through as a private chat. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's pretty much how you create a scenario and how you interact between the coach and the learner. Now, if you could flip back out of the incognito window and go back to the other web pages. So if you were to go into the admin tab, so right at the top, the furthest tab to your right, yeah, click in there. So if you to refresh that page now, and click on scenarios, so you see the metrics have started to build up here. So you can see here, you as an admin person, you can follow what's going on and say, oh, okay, so Nisha has created a scenario. I can see that there are 2 learners. One person has connected and created a video. We're waiting on 1 learner, and we know that 1 has been evaluated. So if a learner had sent a video, but the coach had not responded, it would say there would be a number 1 or how many in the waiting on coach column. So you can see who needs to do what, if you see what I mean. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now just click on the upfront contract. Just click on, just click on upfront contract, because it'll expand. So here now you can get into more detail. So now we can see who actually are those learners that haven't done it. You can see, can you see the show details? Show details tab, there. So here we can actually see the details of the practice. We can even see if there's a best practice video that's been created.
Okay.
So now, if you're in a shadow coaching role or a 3rd chair role, and imagine that the coaches they've trained managers, and the managers are the ones that are creating the practice scenarios, or you have created and you've pushed them out to them. And I'll show you how we do that in a moment. Here you can follow what's going on and do shadow coaching. So if, for example, let's say, for example, that we were more interested in the feedback that Nisha gave rather than the performance by the participant, because we're really focusing on upskilling the managers. If you scroll down and click on Ben Eddy, we can now see the exchange. So if you can imagine, we just put some short text here, but normally you would do a video feedback from the coach. Yeah.
Okay, so can I just ask this question, right? So example, right, I'm maneuvering this, right? I'm like dealing with this, but Hamish can see what I'm doing as well.
Yeah. If he's
and he could give me a,
if he's admin on the site, so an admin coach. So imagine that you had provided me video feedback, and you'd given video feedback to 3 or 4 or 5 different team members. And imagine Hamish's focus was actually more on you than it was on the participants. He could view the performance by the learners, the participants, as well as the feedback that you gave. And maybe he's looking to see if there's any unconscious bias, or how you give your feedback. Is it non-judgmental and performance-based and specific? And he can view your feedback, and then he can set up a call or a session to hook up with them and and coach them. Now imagine you take that up another level, and in fact, the head of the business wants to see what's actually going on with my team. Can you explain? And Hamish goes, do you know what I can do? I can do one better than that. I've seen there's been some really interesting performances by this person over here. I think there's some real potential. Let me show you some of his performances, and you can go in and you can actually play those videos back to the head of the business. Or it could be, another example could be, I think there's some questions we need to probably do a bit more coaching with one of your managers, because of this. Their feedback is a bit judgmental. So, and I can show you what I mean by that. So you can actually get to the detail, the specifics in the coaching conversation quite easily. Does that so you've got,
that makes sense.
So you can coach the end users, you can have a conversation with the managers, and you can even have a conversation with the person who is behind the budget, who wants to see the improved performance. So either you can demonstrate the improved performance, or you can demonstrate that there's more work required with specific people. And it means that you're not just talking generalistics. You can really dive in and look at the specifics and say, this is what I mean. And you can take them to that point and have a conversation about it. So
no, I like it.
Yeah. So the last thing I want to show you on here is, if you just scroll up, click on scenarios, the blue scenarios tab. Now remember, we created a scenario inside the UI of the app. We can also create a scenario on the back end and distribute out to coaches. So can you see where it says templates next to reporting? Yeah. So create new template. Now imagine we created that UFC contract here. So we'll just call the scenario UFC 2, for example. We'll just fill in nonsense for the purpose of this, and just say pitch to a customer in the described scenario. And then just add step 1 and then step 2.
Your expectations. There.
Yeah, that'll do in a moment. And then click on the evaluation criteria. Can you see they're already being defined? You can add new ones, but you can create a so you just select one, yeah, and then select another one for the moment. Yeah. And then scroll down. Again, we've got the date picker. Can you see here it says coach can change scenario or coach cannot change scenario? When it's ticked, what this means is when you can distribute that scenario to, let's say you're working with a customer and you're working with 4 or 5 managers, and you want them to be the coaches for a specific set of scenarios that you create and push out. But you want them to be able to add their own video message and to check that that they've got the right participants in their group. So if you put coach can change a scenario, and then just click save for the moment at the top. Right. So now you've created a template. Now you can push that out to people who are coaches. And in mobile practice, coach is someone who is either got a team, they've been defined as a coach within for a user, or they're set up as an admin. So you can see here, you can see send scenario. Can you see send scenario? And you can select 1 or 2 people, or just click, yeah. So, and then you can just click send scenario. So if you just click send scenario.
To one coach, okay.
Yeah. The other way of doing it, so imagine if you go to the people tab now, and if you click on Ben, you can see send email or send scenario. You can do it that way.
Okay.
So something else that you can also do is, can you see where it says show filters underneath to the right hand side? Yeah, click there. Can you see it says all? If you click there, has a team is a coach. Now we haven't set anybody up as a coach at the moment, so there isn't. So just click on all. To set somebody up as a coach, if we were to go to, let's click on Ben and click, hang on, just first of all, copy Sandler one of those emails for a second. Yeah, just copy that.
Yep.
Right, and now go to Ben and go to edit, the 3 little right dots on the side. Can you see what it says coach email? Just paste that in there.
Okay.
You might just delete that space before you enter.
Oh, you've got to delete the space?
There's a space. There you go. Just, yeah. And then save changes. So now if you just click on show filters.
Oh.
We'll go back to people. If you click on show filters, and then you go to all and is a coach. So Nisha. So you've been defined as a coach for 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, or could be several hundreds. So you can now send it. You can now, if you then click on that box.
So let me get this straight, right? So if I had everyone in Rothenburg, but the main guy is called Robert, Caddy is our trainer who is their coach. I would put Caddy's email in every single one of them, right? Okay, great.
Yeah. So you can then send. So let's not bother sending it because we'll create confusion in your inbox. So can we just go to your? Do you remember we sent one to test user, didn't we? So if you can go into your Gmail inbox. Can you see new scenario to practice from Nisha Berman? Hang on. Hang on, we've sent too many. Can you go backwards? So here you go. New scenario to coach from mobile practice. So click on that. So you have been assigned as a coach for UFC 2 practice scenario. Please edit the scenario and send to your team. You can add your own personal video. So if you click view scenario in mobile practice, so now you can click on edit. So you could add your own personal video. And if you scroll down, you could add the participants, because they may, that are for you.
Okay.
So that's how you can create a scenario centrally and push it out. as draft. If we can now go back to the admin panel one more time.
This one or this one?
Yeah. So if we now go to scenarios, and we click on templates, and then we click on the 3 little red dots and edit, and then we scroll down and we click coach can change scenario, and then we save. It's going to ask you to add a video. Yeah, you need to add a video. Do you have a short video that you can upload? Yeah. Well, you've got much faster bandwidth than me.
No one else is on my internet, so that's it.
So click save.
Oh, it's still loading.
Still loading. So
Okay.
Click save. Right now, this time, if you click on the 3 little red dots, send scenario, and then send it to Nisha, not to me, send it to Nisha. Send scenario to coach. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so now you will notice if you go to your email box, click refresh. So new scenario to coach for mobile practice. Can you see you have been assigned as a coach to UFC2 practice scenario. Please review and start coaching. So you can't edit anymore, but so if you click on view.
Yeah.
So if I now just share my screen a second, you can now see, we get the right one. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Can you see it says new scenario to practice from Nisha?
Mm-hmm.
So as a user, because you were assigned as my coach, all users that were assigned to you as coach will automatically get the scenario. So we've taken away the possibility for the coach to edit it. And we've pushed it directly out. We've assigned them as the coach, but we haven't given them editing capabilities, and it's just been pushed out, and the users are automatically notified. In the previous scenario, the users weren't notified because it was still in draft mode, and the coach then send it on. In this context, the coach is assigned and the learners are notified.
Okay.
So that pretty much is that's pretty much it really in terms of how it works.
I'm definitely going to come to you for more questions.
I've got guides for you, by the way.